I started out my trip to South Carolina by meeting up with some friends at Myrtle Beach. Um, they had rented out one of the hotel rooms on the beachfront there, and I spent about 4 or 5 days with them down there. It was a little chilly, but we could still swim. And we also went and checked out the boardwalk and ate at a couple really good restaurants. Um, all in all, it was really fun. I was glad I was able to go down there with friends because otherwise Myrtle Beach would really be something I wouldn't do on my own. I also camped for a couple days in Sumter National Forest, um, and then I headed into North Carolina. Hanging out sitting on a log. I'm up in the Smoky Mountains. I've been wandering around a bit and driving up and taking pictures and scenic points, and it's all really pretty. I don't know, it'll be hard to see because I'm out in the woods, but you can kind of see the mountains off in the distance behind those. If I get a chance, I'll take a video at a better vantage point. But right now, I'm just kind of chilling. I drove from Cherokee to Gatlinburg, mostly on accident, driving through the Smoky Mountains, and it's pretty awesome. Driving down 441, and then I think in Tennessee it's 71. Especially in fall with all the leaves changing color, it's really beautiful. It's a really curvy road. It's really fun to drive on. There's a lot of really nice scenic viewpoints. I would definitely recommend if you ever get a chance to, drive through the Smoky Mountains. It's definitely worth it. This is Klingman's Dome. It's up in the Smoky Mountains. I came across it pretty much on accident. I was driving through the mountains and saw a sign for it and thought it sounded cool. But it's a big viewing platform, and you get a 360-degree view of all of the Smoky Mountains. And it's about like a mile hike uphill. It may not be quite that, but it's definitely worth it. The view is incredible. I wish I had a better camera, but my camera did okay. Also, on the way back down the mountain, there were moose, I believe, out in the field by the Welcome Center to the Smoky Mountains in Cherokee. So I followed a sign for a geyser, and yeah, that was it. It's like a big man-made fountain, but it's pretty cool. There's little salamanders living in it. Well, I'm at a campsite in North Carolina. It is the Curtis Creek Campground. I know, it's a lot to say. And it's out near Old Fort. But it's really cool. It's right next to a stream. A little creek, I guess, as the name would imply. There's a little bridge. And the stream goes a real long ways. There's my little campsite. You can see my tent. I don't know, it's kind of a nice place. I drove through. It's really far out. I have no cell phone signal right now at all. I don't even have roaming. It's really just out in the middle of nowhere. My final stop in North Carolina was to Kerner's Folly. It was a big mansion that they jokingly called Kerner's Folly because whenever he needed a new room or a different kind of room, he would just add in a new floor or put in a new wall between rooms. So it's a very kind of cramped house. And rooms are kind of disheveled. There's one where you can actually go outside and look in through the window, and you can see into two different floors of the house. When he had kids, he just threw in an extra floor, and the kids' rooms were only like 5 foot tall. There's a picture of me crouching in one. Um, and he had a ballroom, and the attic he actually started as a billiard room. But when he had kids, he turned it into a theater, and they would hold plays there for the town. It was a very interesting place to visit. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're ever in that area. Um, but that was my final stop in North Carolina, and I want to thank you all for listening and watching my weird videos. Thank you.